Welcome in to kick off the tip off with Noah and Gage here, coming at you with some breaking news from the NFL. Um, DK Metcalf traded to Pittsburgh, and I can just hear the rejoice for Steelers Nation. The terrible towels are waving in the air right now. They've got a receiver. They've got an elite receiver, Gage. I know you're chomping at the bit to get out of here. I mean, what is up?
Yeah, man, I know Steeler fans are happy. I know a ton of them, and this is probably a move that gets them rolling. So, like you said, terrible towels are waving, and they're fired up. So, man, where where do we start? Because first off, Noah, it's as exciting as it is to add DK Metcalf for a second round pick. Let's start with that. The compensation was exactly, I hit it head on. They asked for a first round pick. That was too much. I said when it was all said and done, it was going to be a second round pick. And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. But let's get something figured out, Noah. Who the hell is throwing him and George Pickens the ball? Are they keeping Wilson? Are they going to re-sign Fields? They've yet to really figure out the quarterback position for this upcoming year. But I mean, whoever's going to be starting at quarterback is going to have a damn good option at 1 and 2 with Metcalf and Pickens. I mean, is Aaron Rodgers like picking up the phone right now saying sign me? Like I can get these guys to an AFC championship or what?
I mean, that's the question, Gage, is who are you going to have at quarterback? And now there's less pressure on that quarterback because you have two receivers that can stretch the field. You have a guy who both guys make contested catches like crazy in Pickens and Metcalf, but just two physical receivers who seem to win a lot of 50-50 balls. So, man, it's hard to say that Aaron Rodgers, and I can hear Steelers fans saying, no, 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 no. I think Aaron Rodgers fits so beautifully here, and I don't think it's going to happen, but oh my gosh. I bet Aaron Rodgers is laying in his bed right now thinking, please make me a Steeler. Please make me a Steeler.
I agree, especially Stafford staying with the LA Rams, so that took that one out of the picture. I'm sure he does not want to go to the Giants if they were to opt for the free agent quarterback route. No, another one that comes to my mind, Sam Darnold. I mean, is Sam Darnold looking at this now as a free agent, thinking this could be a really good spot for me? This Metcalf to the Steelers. I think this is the biggest takeaway from this. Metcalf to the Steelers has now made Pittsburgh an ultimate destination spot for these free agent quarterbacks. They're too far out unless they decide to do something crazy and trade up, in this draft. I don't think that's the case, but Darnold, Rodgers, if they re-sign Fields, you're looking at Metcalf, Pickens, Freiermuth. More than likely Najee's not going to be around, but you have Warren and a really good running back draft class, and then a really, really good defense. So a team that just made the playoffs coming off, I believe it was 10 wins. So this will be interesting to see where they go as far as quarterback, because that decision right there will make or break this team this upcoming year.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I'm going to say here, Gage, this is kind of an instant reaction from us. We haven't had much time to kind of soak in our thoughts and really, go back and forth. I don't love this addition for the Steelers. They needed a receiver, but we just talked about this. Fit. Does DK Metcalf fit? I don't know if he does, because him and George Pickens are damn near clones. They are clones of each other. Outside of Pickens being, he's not as big as DK, but they're both 50-50 ball guys. They're both kind of throw me a ball on the sidelines, let me make a play. I like the addition of the receiver for the Steelers, but I don't love the fit that he's going to have. And now you kind of have two in what I would consider kind of diva receivers in there who are both going to want their touches. So I'm not loving the addition for the Steelers, even though I do think it moved their scale a little bit because they got better at the position.
Metcalf going to be making $30 million a year, Noah. His contract here, they're signing DK 5-year, $150 million contract. And like you just said, right, we just talked about this in the mock draft episode that's hopefully going to be coming out tomorrow. We'll see when I get everything edited. We've been grinding today. But, yeah, it's kind of similar to George Pickens as far as receivers. I mean, in your mock draft, you had him taking Matthew Golden, and I said, I like that because it's a little bit of a different feel from Pickens. He's a little bit more of a speed threat, can play that intermediate level of the field, make catches in the flats and yards after catch. But DK is a throw it down the field guy. I mean, you don't see him a lot of times catching an RPO or catching a flat. Like, you're pushing the ball down the field to him. And that's the same thing you do with Pickens. You see Pickens all the time catching crazy fade routes and stuff like that. So, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, how the hell Arthur Smith is – the last time he had a good offense was Kyle Pitts, Bijan, and he made that a shit show in Atlanta. So, man, I just can't stop thinking about who's going to be the quarterback. I mean, they got to get that figured out.
Yeah, it definitely draws the question there of who's going to be throwing the football, but I'm glad to see the receivers. I'm glad to see the Steelers finally take charge and get some playmakers on the outside, and I don't think anybody's going to sit here and say, we don't want DK Metcalf. But I'll be very interested to see how this receiver room kind of comes about. And now it draws a question. Like we just said, I had Steelers go receiver at that 21st pick. Where do they go now?
It's a great question. I don't know off the top of my head. No, I mean, defense, they're good at linebacker with TJ Watt and Highsmith, and they drafted Peyton Wilson there from North Carolina State last year. So maybe a Shamar Stewart, defensive tackle / edge. Offensive line, they drafted Troy Fatuana this past year, who didn't play a ton, and Broderick Jones the year before, Frazier. So they kind of have some flexibility in the draft to go a couple different ways. So, hey, I mean, second round pick, Seahawks will be able to use that pick for is it a rebuild, or are we sitting here saying that Seattle is now entering a rebuild, Noah?
It is. Yeah, it is a rebuild. It's a rebuild. Simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. So I'm good. I'm good, man. I mean, this kind of, like you said, instant reaction. So just crazy news. And DK Metcalf finds a home. And this is what you get when you're not a free agent. I mean, it's trade. He doesn't necessarily get to pick his destination. I saw earlier today he was, I want to play in warm weather and make $50 million. Well, no shit, DK. I want to do that too.
Yeah.
He getting his ass in Pittsburgh, and it's going to be 20 degrees come playoff times. And him and Pickens probably have to still, they'll probably still drop 3 balls in the playoffs. But yeah man, crazy. Absolutely.
I can already see the fight on the sideline ensuing between him and Pickens when DK catches a touchdown pass and Pickens is like, that was supposed to go to me. I can already see it.
NFL, man, it's heating up. This is awesome. So no, I'm good, man. I'll let you kind of wrap things up and crazy news.
Yes, sir. Like always, like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate you watching. This has kind of been our first little instant reaction video of breaking news. So really interested, and hopefully we can get a couple more of these out with free agency and trades coming along. So like I said, we're going to have a mock draft coming out here soon. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Leave any comments of anything you want us to cover, and we'll be more than welcome to try and get an answer to you in a video.
Thank you, guys. And when Aaron Rodgers signs his quarterback, don't complain.